Hi guys, happy holidays. I didn't get to read Skipping Christmas over last week. It just didn't happen. So I'll have to read that later. So this is gonna be my holiday book haul, and I was gonna do a bookshelf tour, and I'm sorry, but the bookshelves that were in my study are now right next to me in the living room. So until I get a bookshelf to replace them, I have books piled on the floor. So I'm going to start with the book that I got last, which was yesterday. I had an Amazon gift card that I hadn't used, so that was a surprise when I went to check out. But I got an Amazon gift card for Christmas, and I was able to buy this book, Homicide, that I've been attempting to read for, God, since I was in high school, like maybe 3 or 4 years. It's been a lot. It's about this writer who sticks with the police department for a year and in the homicide unit, and he just describes, you know, how they work together. These three I got at Barnes & Noble. I got a gift card from my wonderful significant other, Kevin. Thank you, bargain section. I was able to get quite a few. These are the ones that I personally am keeping. This is The Wizard of Oz. It's the first 5 books in one. And this is what the cover actually looks like. So I've never read The Wizard of Oz. I've never watched any of the original movies. I watched Oz the Great and Powerful when that came out. I read Wicked and that whole bit, but I've never actually read Wizard of Oz, and everyone tells me that it's wonderful, and that's something that I need to do, like yesterday. Edgar Allan Poe's The Complete Collection. This is what the cover, I do like the cover a lot, but it's hard to read with the cover on, so I had to take it off. And there's Grimm's Fairy Tales, and I really like this. It's really cute. I like the contrast of colors. Much better than this. This is too much for me. I can't deal with this. I'm already like 50 pages in. It's really good. I read them before bed, and it puts me to sleep, but I didn't realize quite how messed up some of the stories were. I mean, I knew that Grimm's Fairy Tales were bad, but I didn't know they were that bad. So these books I got from a library sale quite a ways away from my house. I had to enlist my boyfriend to drive me there, which he was not happy about. They have a really good sale because they're selling donated books. So, you know, paperbacks are like $1 and hardcovers are like $2. They're really, really cheap. I bought these 5 and 3 others for $16. So obviously Skipping Christmas, which I didn't get to read on time, and I'm sorry. And then there's the Book of 3. I did a book review for The Black Cauldron, which this is the first one in that series, so I can finally read this book and explain the differences in like his writing style. I can finally read this and understand what's going on in most of that story. It is a children's book. It's only like 130 pages or something. So Evermore was one that I didn't necessarily want to buy because I haven't read it yet. It's about a 16-year-old. Yeah, her family dies in this horrible accident, and she can suddenly see people's thoughts and their whole life stories just by touching them. She goes out of her way to avoid like human contact, and she goes to a new high school, and she meets this like really handsome guy, and he has the magic to like suppress her abilities or something. So I got this book, The Girl Who Played with Fire, and it's the second book in the Millennium series. I think The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is the first one, and I just watched the movie The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and I was thoroughly confused by that. I'll be honest, I wasn't really paying attention. I was distracted. I can't even remember what was going on. All I know is that there's a crime that she had to solve, and she's like crazy good at solving things. So this book is about this guy who's publishing a like expose on the sex trafficking industry, and the day before, the night before it's supposed to be published, 2 people are like brutally murdered, and the 2 people murdered have her fingerprints all over them, and so her friend has to prove her innocence so she doesn't get like framed for these murders, I think. I don't know. I will read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo first. I was a little apprehensive about buying this too, but I have yet to find a single person whom I trust that said that it was a bad book. So I got Virus, which I've read part of it before. It is Japanese science fiction. Scientists go to, I think, the moon, but they come back from outer space with this virus that's like crazy deadly, and scientists turn it into this like weird fatal version of the flu, and everything's fine for a while, and then something happens to chickens. Like there's like no eggs at all, but the vaccine for this flu, or a flu, has like, they need eggs in order to make it. So like almost everyone in the world dies in like inside of a year. I mean, it's a really short period of time, and there's like this small population left. Next month. Okay, January is gonna be really weird. It is gonna be manga month, which it doesn't sound bad, but when you realize that almost all of them are series, it's gonna be difficult. So I'm going to do The Earl and the Fairy, which I own. Bleach, which I don't even know what it's about. I just know that it's really popular and everyone says that I should read it. Blackbird, which again, I have no idea what it is, but it's got, you know, a pretty good rating on Goodreads. Kingdom Hearts, I've played a couple of the games. I know what's going on, but I haven't actually read what's going on, which is a little weird. So that's January, and they're gonna be split. I'm gonna start with The Earl and the Fairy and go down, and every week I'm just gonna read as much as I can in that series. I need to do a bookshelf tour. At this moment right now, I have 3 bookshelves that are filled, overflowing, and books stacked up on the floor. This bookshelf next to me, I'm going to show you, with all the Christmas decorations in it. That used to be filled with books upstairs. Filled, I mean completely filled. And I still had books on the floor then, so I have a lot of books, but they are organized into different sections, so I will do a book haul as soon as possible, I promise. So I will see you on Friday with The Earl and the Fairy book reviews.